Good night, good evening, or good morning to you. For me, it is actually good afternoon. About 7 minutes to 2 o'clock. I'm 7 minutes early for going live. But a lot of people have been asking me, when are you doing your next Goliath Ventures Inc. video? Well, things have hit the fan there quite a lot, and we're going big time. We got served papers, I think it was on Friday. And people thought I'd actually gone on holiday. But what had actually happened, I'd actually gone and worked because I need to work for a living. And they had been stalking the place where I've worked. And unfortunately, I got served papers. So I've officially been served by Goliath Ventures Inc. And I have 20 days to respond. Now, people who know me know that I do wear my heart on the sleeve and I'm pretty transparent. So this court case is going to be one of the most public court cases you could ever imagine. The documents that we receive, they'll be put on our website in the not too distant future, and will be continuously naming and shaming individuals that I believe are persons of interest, people that have invested in Goliath Ventures Inc. and people who are promoting it are all persons of interest. Now, even today, we've still been researching people and finding new people who are currently on our persons of interest list. We've currently got 115 individuals that we believe we have enough intel to know that they are connected to Goliath Ventures Inc. So I have been sending emails to everybody that we have got on our persons of interest list. And if you've chosen not to respond, thinking that this is going to weigh, that is where you are mistaken. Now, I do wish my name was actually David, not Danny, because this is David and Goliath. Goliath has got a lot of money because I've stolen it from investors. Now, you can either help us or wait and see what happens, or be all in with Goliath Ventures. They've been trying to they literally have taken down my Instagram account. Now, that might be big for some of you guys, but I don't have a Ferrari to show off and a show-off page on Instagram. A year and a half ago, I lost my Facebook page because scammers reported me so much to Facebook, they believed them, and they removed my Facebook account claiming I was a scammer. I was actually reporting Facebook pages that were promoting scams, and those Facebook page owners who were reporting the scam reported me to the point where Facebook said mathematically, Danny's a scammer. So I lost my Facebook account. Haven't missed it. Instagram, for some reason, even though it's connected, I managed to keep my Instagram account, and that got taken down a couple of weeks ago. Now, the scammers might think we're taking them off the line. They also shut down my TikTok. Now, when I travel, I've been to 35 countries, I do actually like TikToking because I like to capture those raw moments. So I did lose a few of my videos when I was traveling Bangladesh, India, and also China. So that was a bit sad, but I've got therapy. They've also taken down my Reddit account. And you can't write to Reddit and say, can I have it back? Because anything associated with scam, they just don't listen to you, even if you are trying to have a voice or tell the truth. So these platforms aren't really designed to help people who are fighting scams. They more like stop us. Now, what else? They've attacked my WhatsApp account by sending a whole lot of messages. My emails are flooded by people claiming they're doing cease and desist orders to remove some content from my website, which I'm about to show you, and it's full-on warfare. So when I wake up in the morning, I normally go through my emails and I respond to all the privacy complaints that YouTube may have given me, and I go back and every single one of them we answer. And Google, YouTube come back and tell us, you're okay, Danny, we know you. We've got people who are keeping us going. YouTube, what do they call that thing? Google, Project Shield, protects us because we're a journalist. And I'm reporting the truth. One of the biggest lawyers in America actually said to me, the fastest way to your end target is a straight line, and that's by telling the truth. And I truly know that the current people in Goliath Ventures, you may be thinking that popping your bottles of champagne is the way to show that you're successful by joining exclusive clubs where you think that you're hanging around other wealthy people that will protect you. Well, you're wrong. We will come after you. I've got some intel let me tell you some intel. We have got 6 government agencies looking into Goliath Ventures Inc. I am the number one person with all the intel. I am the one feeding those government organizations. And when you piss off the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, I don't get paid information. I don't get paid for doing what I do. I get $300 or $400 a month from a YouTube channel. I do get a few donations, but we're talking a few $100s per month, not thousands of dollars. And that's what I do. So that's pretty cool. Right. Just checking my notes. Now, if you've been investing in crypto lately, you would have been losing a lot of money. And I just want a moment of silence for those people who are losing money on crypto. There you go. Had it. Now, ironically, if you go to my website, you will see a very out there website. I've currently got 2 court cases going at the moment where people want content removed from my website because I've got my facts wrong. And one of them does make me laugh. It's not Goliath, it's another one where someone actually set up a fake company that was similar to another company so that that fake company could give them a testimonial so that they could do work for them. And they got totally busted. They are trying to remove my content off my website at the moment. So it's a bit of a battle for them, but not for us, because we have got brilliant people. Now, if you are on my website, go to theheck.com and you want to know about Goliath Ventures and what's happening there, click on Goliath Ventures. This is getting updated when we've got rock solid evidence. So if you're wondering what the hype is about Goliath Ventures and you're wondering why Danny is quite happy to be, threatened with a lawsuit, like last time we're about to look at Stephen McCullough, who's a guy who tried to silence me about 2.5 years ago now, who failed miserably. And we're going to look at what's happened to him since. Now, we've just figured out where he lives, which is really funny. And he's also tried to bribe me by giving me telling me he's going to give me $5,000 if I take down my videos. So he still wants my videos down. He's tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million. He's cost me over $35,000 in legal fees, and he's still offering me $5,000 if I just take down those videos because I ruin people's reputations. I don't do it if they haven't been guilty. We research them. We get amazing information. We got lots of rock solid evidence on what we do. We're quite happy about that. Right. So, hey, Susie. Hey, Emerald. Nice to see you here. Crypto G might need your help. But why I started talking about my website was actually Crypto G. Now, we will need money for this court case, and you will see I'll be asking for donations. Now, for us to collect donations, it's going to be quite hard because we could use GoFundMe, but what happens is the scammers will report our GoFundMe account and that will get closed down. I have got an American bank account number, and I assume that if I gave that out to people, we'd get mass complaints and we'd probably have that shut down and would have the funds frozen until somebody proved that we were a legitimate person. But I'd need that money. So ironically, even though I'm not the biggest fan of crypto, it looks like we will be using crypto as a way of you to donate to me to help me fight Goliath. So it's Danny and Goliath, and we will be putting that on our website in the not too distant future. But in the meantime, what we will show you is every aspect of Goliath. There's a page dedicated to Goliath Ventures, talking about liquidity pools, how they claim that they have insured investments, just all the lies that you can think of are all on one page. But more importantly, you can go to the bottom of that page and you'll see that we actually have, I'll try to make it a bit better to see. We actually have all the blogs and all the videos that we've been doing. We also want your help. We want anybody that you think's involved, any investor that's involved. We're not coming after people who invested who thought that 4% or 3% return per month was normal. We'll let that slide. But if you've got a contract with Goliath, we would like you to give it to us. We already have contracts, but we are hearing that they are updating their contracts and they're also trying to rename themselves. Now, the biggest thing about it, if you are an investor in Goliath and you've put over $100,000 or maybe $1 million or more into Goliath, think about this. Goliath Ventures closed down Goliath Ventures Inc. in Florida on the 3rd of December. Now, just think about what I just said there. The company that you invested in has closed down in the state of Florida. Okay? That means that that contract that you have, unless they have got you to re-sign up under another name, perhaps Goliath Ventures Inc. in Wyoming, that contract that you have and that protection that you have has closed down because that company, Goliath Ventures Inc. in Florida, can no longer trade. They cannot no longer offer investments. That is a massive red flag. So unless you re-sign your contract, which if they do that, I'm sure those contracts will be different. Now, the other thing is you want to know if you're going to invest in Goliath Ventures, they claim that they're doing crypto mining. Now, other than a digital picture on their webpage of their WordPress website, what proof do you have that they're actually doing any crypto mining at all? Because there's 3 things that they do that they claim that they can give you 4% return per month. If you put $100,000 in and you didn't take it out and left it on the platform because it's a Ponzi scheme, they want you to leave it there, and it's wise to leave it there because your friend's doing that, even though you probably got a cut of your money when you put it in there. I don't know that actually. But if that's the case, they're offering people $60,000 return for a $100,000 investment. What do you think is going to happen when you invest $160,000 and leave it there for another year? How can they guarantee that return on investment? Now, I'm very open. I've got my phone number on the internet. People can ring me. So people are ringing me. People are ringing me saying, how do you know it's a scam? And I have to bite my tongue. I really do. And I have to be kind. I feel like hugging these people. And I feel like strangling a few of them as well. I have never invested in any investment scam. I don't have any money to my name. I don't have money in the bank. I'm flat broke. I pay my Visa every month. That's how I live. So if you want to support me, please do donate me. I'm not doing it for the money. So some people say, why do you do it? I was brought up in a religious cult. The similarities between a religious cult and people promoting Ponzi schemes are exactly the same. I've had 2 people in my family die by suicide because they couldn't live up to the expectations of the Jehovah's Witness organization put on them. Now, I believe when I first got involved in doing scams, an organization rang me and said that they have noted 11 people had died by suicide who have invested in these Ponzi schemes and lost it all. That's my why. It's not rocket science. I'm not a bitter investment. I don't know Christopher Diego at all. I don't know Tomo. I don't know anyone personally. I don't care about them. What I do care about is you. If you're an investor and you've put money in and you think you're doing really well because you've got dividends, and if you think you've got more money out than you put in and you think you're just going to keep quiet and keep taking that money, we've already heard that people can't get their money out of Goliath Ventures. Now, have you asked for your money back, or are you going to wait and see what happens? Ask for your money back. If they give you your money back, do not take out more money than you initially put in. Even though it's tempting, you think that you just signed up for an investment and you haven't been reading the news or listening to Danny DeHeck's videos, then you really need to wake up. You need to go to a financial advisor. You need to go to a lawyer. You need to go to your best mate that's not associated with Goliath Ventures Inc. And you need to tell them that you've put your $100,000 into this investment and it's paying you $3,000 or $4,000 a month. And it's true because you've got the $3,000 or $4,000 out a month, but you haven't thought about your principal. How do you protect your principal? Then they tell you that that principal is insured. It's insured, people. How exciting is that? You can get $100,000 and boom, turn it into $160,000 in 12 months and it's insured. Who's it insured by? Where's the money coming from that's giving you that money? Why are they doing it? Do they just think they want to give people money and give people, what did Christopher say on the stage of Patrick Ben David's stage. He paid him $1 million so he could stand on the stage and tell everyone that he wants everyone to have a passive income. And he loves crypto, and he does liquidity pools like on PancakeSwap and all these wonderful things. How ridiculous is this? Have you go into ChatGPT and you say to ChatGPT, give me a list of all the big Ponzi schemes that have happened in the world. And you search there, it will spit out 20 Ponzi schemes that you have never heard of. Now, I'm Danny DeHeck, aka nicknamed the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, by being in a 2-page spread in the New York Times, who did a featured article about my quest to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I read the first 20 Ponzi schemes and I hadn't heard of half of them. This is just another day in the office for a maggot bottom feeder, Christopher Delgado. He is the scum of the earth. He's wedged his way into all the charities in Philando. Am I saying that right? And he said, I'll give you some money. I'll look after you guys. I know all these wee kids here have got cancer, and that's a very sad thing. I want to be the man. I want to give you money. In fact, I'm going to put on my website that I'm a philanthropist, and I've given away $4 million to people since, I think, 2019. What a man. What a man. He's the man. He's the truth. 3 years ago, that guy had nothing. In fact, he used to sell teeth whitening stuff. Yeah. He used to work at Flippin' Burgers, and he got fired from there for stealing Adele tickets. His confession on a YouTube video. He's a thief. The guy is a thief. Now, what about Nick? I can't even say. They all got these funny names, but Nick, his business partner. Well, he was associated to a company and got ordered. They got ordered to pay, I think it was $2.2 million because they put claims on their products that were wrong. And he got a conviction with SEC, well, not SEC, I don't know who it was, but he's a convicted felon as well. Another guy who's associated to, I've got to write these names down. He's been convicted we've got convicted and got told to go to jail for 2 years. And he just said, can I have my passport back? Because I just want to go to the UAE and do some work over there before I go get incarcerated. And they gave him his passport. Well, he's gone. But these are the people that Christopher hangs out with. Everybody, well, I can't say everybody, but the majority of people that are in the inner circle of Christopher Delgado have got a criminal history and been done for scamming people in the past. But then all of a sudden, Christopher said, hey, look, we're not scammers. Come work with us. Come work with us. We like your charisma. We're going to start up a legitimate company that claims to give people 4% returns per month, and not just 4%, 8% for some people. We're not entirely sure how the people that promote it are getting a backhander, but we have heard and seen in documents of their own that sometimes the payout can be 8% per month. 8%! That's nearly... Imagine putting $100,000 in and getting $80,000 back in a year. Does that sound too good to be true? So what do you want to believe? You want to believe that a guy that goes around and gives to charities has now got 4 houses, so we've heard. He's just bought another one last week. 2 houses in Dubai, so that's 6 houses. 6 houses. And also, he's got a black Lamborghini waiting for him in Dubai, and $4 million worth of sports cars here. Has actually also invested in his own company. I've seen him on a stage, and he told people that he listed 2 companies on the share market. Publicly listed 2 companies. He didn't have 2 companies. Here he is on a stage telling people he's listed 2 companies, and then when he got all the money, he started up GOLIATH Ventures Inc. and invested his own money in his own company, and it made him so much money just doing crypto mining. And what else did he do? Crypto mining and liquidity pools. Now, liquidity pools, yes, you can make some money, but it is mathematically impossible to make the money he's paying out. Mathematically impossible. And not only that, where's the proof? Because that's how I got started in all this. Where is the proof? There's no smart contracts that we can see or have been given to shut me up to prove that he's actually doing the amount of trading that he must be doing to generate the funds. Now, we watched a black bloc video, which he's tried to get off the internet at the moment. It's going back on the internet at the moment because YouTube realized that it's, yeah. Anyway, that video claimed that, that video claimed that they had 1,500 clients. Now, just recently, we found out they claim they have 1,000 clients. So what is it, guys? Are you not making up numbers just to bamboozle people with flash bang words? So you've got 1,000 clients now. A few months ago, you had 1,500. Is the company growing or shrinking? Can you give us more information on this? And why would you say something like that you can't be verified? Also, we've heard that they're doing the biggest audit ever with the biggest company ever. And the most cleverest people are looking into the company with a periscope going, wow, what have you got here, Chris? Oh my God, you've reinvented the Enigma machine. You've discovered the magic key to making money for everybody. If I was running an audit and I got Lloyd's Bank to do it, I would be telling who is doing the audit. I would be naming that company and telling people the company that is doing the audit. I wouldn't be just standing there on my soapbox going, oh, Danny de Heck, he's not causing us any grief. I've cost you millions. And I'm going to shut your company down, Chris. And you can't stop somebody on the bottom of the planet who has no money, because the only thing you can do is use your money to shut me up. I have so much out there, and I'm going to stop you if it's the last thing I do. That's what I do. That's what I've chosen. As I said to my mother, I said I could have died. I could have chosen the same choices that my other family members made when people used to stand there and gaslight me about the religion I was brought up in. I could have had the same fate, but I didn't. I got stronger. I got cleverer. I'm dyslexic, so I do things different. Tommy Hilfiger, he's dyslexic. Richard Branson, he's dyslexic. I think different. I've got a database in here that is amazing. And I'm methodical. I love playing chess. Never played a game in my life, but I would presume I would love playing chess if I spent the time learning it. I'm not interested in it. What I am interested in is coming after people that are gaslighting people with false information. And it's quite exhilarating. It's quite nerve-wracking, but that's what I do. That is Danny de Heck. Danny de Heck is here to investigate, name and shame individuals who think they will get away with it. Now, I was in a Microsoft Teams meeting with government, and they have been watching my videos. Hi, guys. They said, you guys, the Avengers, are amazing. The amount of information that we have managed to gather privately with no budget, just by going through, researching, looking at documents, using logic, researching company records. We've got databases. We've seen links to 500 companies all linked together. We know every company. Christopher and Matt Burke encouraged people to set up their own LLC companies. Why in the world would they have done that? Trying to hide everything they're doing to make it complicated. Well, it's easy to unravel it if you know, and you've got amazing people on your team. Look, that's basically my introduction, and it's not even, look, we've got investors in Canada and America, and crypto's going down, guys, at the moment. So you're gonna, it's not too good. Now, I just want you to think about something. I've just got a message from one of my subscribers, and he's been listening to me do this rant. Think about this. This is Goliath Ventures. All right, let's see if I can find Goliath Ventures. Goliath. There it is. So Goliath Ventures claims to insure people's investments. This company that is paying 4% return. Are you listening to me? 4% per month. $60,000 return on your $100,000 if you leave the money and compound it. And they claim that their company is insured. So don't worry. Do you know the name of the insurance company that has them insured? Did I hear crickets? Well, we're finding that hard to find out too, but we think we cracked it today. We think we found it. Thanks, Michael. Now, interesting enough, this company is built on Bitcoin mining. Is that to do with crypto? Yep. Liquidity pools. Is that to do with crypto? Yep. Blockchain technology. Is that to do with crypto? Yeah. Now, crypto's gone down. People are losing money. I was just listening to CoffeeZilla before we went live, and he said one guy's managed to do some sort of insider trading and managed to make himself 190 million banking on the fact that crypto was diving, which is quite amazing. So maybe check out that 7-minute video on his private channel. Was the second channel that they have. I haven't got a second channel. I've barely got a first channel. But anyway, so if this company is all built on blockchain investments, Warren Buffett has actually said this the best. And it's a saying that I absolutely relish. And as you can see who's been swimming naked when the tide goes out. Now, originally, I actually busted a Ponzi scheme called Hyperverse. And you would go along and you would buy, originally you'd buy a $300 license. And you would go and get your 300 USDT and you'd transfer it to their in-house token that's as strong as an ox called HU. And when you said goodbye to your USD and it swam over here, then you would have 300 HU dollars. And then you'd go onto the online platform and you would buy yourself a $300 membership. And within 600 days, that 300 would turn into $900. Amazing, amazing. And then if you took your money out, it wasn't a good idea. They said you're best to leave your money on the platform. So when they matured, you could get your $900 and you could buy yourself a bigger package. It was amazing. It was amazing. You know, then all of a sudden, crypto was getting up there. At the time, I think it was $75,000 or $80,000 a token. And then it went dive right down to $33. And the company couldn't sustain it because it was a Ponzi scheme. It just needed money coming in. And they said to everybody that don't worry, when crypto gets back up to $44 a token, this was at the time, that everything would start working again. Yeah, that's what they told everyone. But in the meantime, the HU dollars that were rock solid worth dollar for USDT to HU were worthless. Now, Bitcoin Rodney, a guy that I helped get incarcerated, yes, I did. I didn't work with, but I had meetings with the IRS, Homeland Security, the FBI, and also the head prosecutor that was taking him to jail. Originally, they were going to get him for crypto investments, giving people advice about crypto investments. That was the third one. The second one was money laundering. And the first one that they thought they'd do him, he was actually also doing drug trafficking. Yes, he was drug trafficking. And that's what they got him for because it would spend the longest time in prison. But they said, if we needed your video, Danny, that I had that no one else had, thanks, Susie, they would actually use that video in court, but they didn't need to use it. He's in jail. He still hasn't been sentenced, but he's been in jail ever since. He was trying to sell his million. Hey, Chris, get this. If you're going to sell your sports cars, just make sure that you know the person you're talking to. Because with Bitcoin Rodney, otherwise known as Bitcoin Rodney Borton, he was trying to sell his cars to government agents. And he sold them, I think. I don't know. They didn't tell me everything. They told me enough. And then what happened is he got himself a ticket to Dubai, and a one-way ticket. And he's sitting there all ready to go, wearing his gold and his bling and his grill. I presume he had a grill. I know he would have had one of his hats on. And he would have been proud as punch, sitting there like this. And they arrested him. He's been in jail ever since. And that was also interesting because there was another lady called Bitcoin Beauty. And she brought in $640 million for Hyperverse through America because she was the head lady. She was the top of the pyramid. She actually got brought in for questioning, and I got to hear about that, as they do. And she's actually an informant. She's pleaded guilty, but because she become an informant, she hasn't actually been jailed. And we're still waiting for her to be sentenced, even though Bitcoin Rodney's hasn't happened yet. But she's still free as a bee. And she traveled to, I think, Jamaica to have her second wedding with her same husband. They had a husband and wedding in America and a wedding, I think it was in Jamaica. I could be wrong, but it was somewhere overseas. So obviously she's got a passport. And I'm sitting here going, how come this lady's allowed to travel? But did you hear what I said? She became an informant. She went to the FBI, Homeland Security, or the IRS, whoever you want, and she said, look, I have taken money in from this Ponzi scheme, and I want to help you guys. And she saved a bacon. So there's a story. Now, you can look up those documents, those files on Bitcoin Rodney and Brenda Chunga, and you can find out whether that's true or genuine. I've done the video. I did my homework on this. That was a $1.9 billion scam. Amazing. And Bloomberg did a documentary about Sam Lee, the guy that was meant to be behind it. I don't believe he was the only person. I believe it's all come from cartel networks, but let's not go there. So what I'm saying, guys, if you are involved in Goliath Ventures Inc., and you are an investor, maybe you're in deep and you're sweating like a rapist up to here, whatever, I don't know if that's the best expression to use, then I would recommend that you come clean now. Don't fuck around thinking I'm with Chris. Chris is I don't know if he does drugs, but he drinks like a fish. You know, I've heard rumors that he spent $100,000 on boozing it up at a nightclub in one night. I mean, buying 4 houses, $4 million worth of sports cars, 2 houses in Dubai and a Lamborghini. Who's funding him? As I said earlier on, he's associated with other criminals, people that have been either done time or been sentenced. He's associated with them. And all of a sudden you think that you want to trust him, bro. You know, what is my motive? Most people go, oh, Danny DeHeck, blah, blah, blah. And they go for the low-hanging fruit. You know, why is my motive? I really want to help investors. And if you're going to watch this video back, you know, in 3 months' time and go, I wish I listened to this guy. Look, I'm really approachable. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I get phone calls from people practically every day telling me they've lost 85,000, 100,000, $1 million. One guy rang me up once and said he lost $5 million to a Ponzi scheme. He tried to take out $33,000 worth. This was from Hyperverse, and the $33,000, once he got any of it back to his bank account, turned into $1,600. And I said, where did you get the $5 million from? And he said, well, he had 113 members in his family that thought he was good because he used to work on Wall Street and he really understood money. So he put it all into crypto and handled all the money for everybody, and then lost it all. He was devastated. The family wanted him to sell his house. That's the only asset he had, blah, blah, blah. I get phone calls like that on a daily basis. That's what I do, guys. That's what I do. Right. Now, there is a guy, I'm going to see if I can read his name, and I want to mention his name if I can get it.
Nick Petrillo.
Nick Petrillo. He is Chris's right-hand man. I think even though I started this video off doing something else, I want you to show you who that guy is. There he is there. He's the guy. So Chris is on the left and Nick Petrillo, is it Petrillo, on the right. Now, he's in deep. He was around when Christopher was doing the initial contracts. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do something which I should have done on this last video. And I'm trying to think how I can do it, because all the names of those people, I think, yes, it is. I have actually got this blog. So, you know, spend the time. I mean, let's not piss around here, guys. I mean, do you really love life? Do you enjoy your health? Do you go out for a run? Do you eat good food? Do you live in a nice house? Do you sleep with somebody you love every night? I do. And, you know, but I spend 70 to 80 hours a week fighting these scammers and these bastards, because I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do. And if I can turn it into making a living, not a killing, just a living, then I'll be a happy man. And if you can help me, you know, if you want me to investigate things that you're looking at investigating, I've got a team of Avengers, and we dedicate our time free of charge. The help I'm getting at the moment, I'm actually blushing because of the help I'm getting at the moment. Organizations are helping us. Organizations are helping us fight these scammers. You know, I've got 2 massive influencers, massive, who want to know more. You know, this shit is going to hit the fan. I haven't, you know, like when you think I've made it, well, I think I've made it. This court case is going to make me somebody who people are going to come to me and ask for my opinion on something. And I've got oodles of information, which is really, really, really cool. So Nick, we also know that we know you. I'm gonna read that sentence. So I've got my Avengers listening to me at the moment, and I just want you to listen to this, Nick. You know, like,
I know your anxiety is getting bad. I know you are terrified. You have dealt with serious criminal investigations. You know what's gonna happen. Now is the time to save yourself. You go into the Tampa office of the FBI and cooperate, or you're going to get 25 years.
Nick, I'm sorry I couldn't read that in my words. I'm dyslexic. Nick, you could break this case a lot quicker than I could. I mean, Alex, well, he was helpful, but he's an idiot. Let's be frank. Nick, do the right thing. Reach out to me. Now, I live in New Zealand, so get a pen. You need to dial +64 21. And then my number is 961 652. 64 for New Zealand, 02 for the area code, 961 652. Nick, you're better than this. You know what it's like. You've had these investigations happen in the past. Do you really want to spend 25 years in prison because of your mate, Christopher Diego, who was fired from working at flipping some burger place? He got fired from a hamburger joint, mate. He was trying to make it big, selling teeth whitener, for God's sake. And he claims that he's publicly listed 2 of his companies. On a video, he's claimed that he's publicly listed 2 of his companies. Anybody who knows those company names that were his, please let us know. There's no such record. The guy is a compulsive liar. Where do you think he's getting his money from? His smile? Nick, wake up, smell the coffee. Contact me. It's not worth it, mate. Look, he's smoozing with the FBI director. I got a photo of Tomo shaking hands with Eric Trump the other day. Look, every time you see a photo, he must like these big glasses. He's got a glass of booze in his hand. The guy's got no kidneys left. But you come down here, and I'm going to name the people in these videos. And this, if you're on the fence here, Nick, you want to research you know who these people are, but research the intel we have publicly available. Some people are laugh. They go to me, oh, I noticed you haven't got such and such on your list. And I go, we don't publicize everything. We publicize verified facts. So things that we know are rock solid. Look at this, guys. This is the court case, right? Right, 124 pages of court case. So this is the first one they tried to drop off to me, and they didn't. They got trespassed from the building. All right. So now we've got the second one. So here it is. The second one's different color envelope this time. We made the guy print it all out again. So here's 124 documents. Now, what do you think is in here? A court case lodged in Orange County to go after a journalist who's trying to save people from losing their money. Now, rather than answering my basic questions, like we'd like to see the books. I haven't actually asked you for the books, but that would be great, Chris. But rather than answering my questions, can you give us some smart contract addresses where you're doing this liquidity pool training? No, silence. We've got crickets. Oh, and you say you do crypto mining. Could you please show us, rather than a digital AI picture on your WordPress website, can you show us this? Crickets, nothing. And the other one is blockchain technology. What the hell? And they talk about is it him who talks about their developer? This is absolutely crazy, isn't it? So this document, what do you think is in here? It's a printout of my bloody website. It's screen grabs of my I can't even really show. I might be able to show it to you. It's actually publicly available now. You just need to go and search the database and you can find it. But this is my videos. What are they? Are they mental or something? These are all my videos. Do they think I don't know what I publish? I mean, I think I've done probably 20 videos on Christopher. So a court case is all going to be about my videos. Who do you think's most fluent about the information that's in those videos on the planet? Well, you're looking at them. Really? I mean, give us some information. Tell us some facts where we are wrong. I mean, go and read the documents on the court case thing here. So let's have a wee look here. I'm just going to do, let's see if I can find it. So what you do is you come along here and you go to lawsuits. I've only got 2 here at the moment. And you go to here, which is the myorange.com, and you click on search and you go case records, and you just search in there for Danny, and then you go to my last name, which is DE space HEK. Make out you're not a robot. Click there, and you'll see that the case with Goliath Ventures versus DHEC. Now go in there and see what they say I've actually done. Okay? Knock yourselves out. Now, if you want to stay with Goliath Ventures and hang out with the guy with the glasses on, which is, he was the guy, he's a convicted, well, I'll read this. Listen to this. It says it anyway.
Chris Delgado, founder of Goliath Ventures, Verlin Sanchenko, convicted scammer, Tina Liu, MLP, business dev officer, Anastasia Nepomniachtchik, chief administrative officer of MLP, and Nick Petrillo, chief operations officer of Goliath Ventures, on January 19, 2023.
So all this scam actually started back from Liquidity Partners. And Liquidity Partners registered a domain name called myliquiditypartners.com. 20 days after that, they also registered GoliathVenturesInc.com. The coincidence, they're both on the same, they're both with GoDaddy, and I'm sure if GoDaddy had a record subpoenaed, you'd probably find them under the same account. So what we're basically alleging there, no real evidence, that is too much of a coincidence that these companies aren't connected. And here's the proof, which is really, really, really cool. Alrighty, and there's some, I mean, we can't even, I can't keep up with the intel. I mean, we are working around the clock. This is actually a pet project of ours. I actually were focused on doing a lot of research into Pakistani software houses before this, and that was a $3.4 billion industry, the software industry, and we've sort of got sideswiped by the interestness of this one. And every reporter, government agency that we inform and communicate with are blown away with what this company is actually doing in broad daylight. So I don't know how to help you guys, but if you go back and you find the history of these 2 school kids, let's say, and how they're living, these are the people that we believe are still involved.
Fabian Kumpash, Christopher Delgado, and Vance Jordan Fundora.
Yep, and then we've got influencers promoting it. What's their involvement? What are they getting paid? How are they getting this? We've got some people in here we can show you, some people we can't, but, that's Tyler's Peter's Day. Now, he's been reporting my videos every day religiously. Keep it up, Peter. Well, not Peter, Tyler. It's not going to work. YouTube have come back and said I'm all good to go. But, when you think about it, why are these guys, if you want to have a laugh, guys, go to my YouTube channel. Let's go here. Let's go to the playlist I've got set up. Let's go to Goliath Ventures. And now you can see all the videos that we've done. Like, why would I spend all this time doing these videos? Why? if I didn't believe that these guys, it's not even belief. If I didn't want to convince you guys that you're going to get scammed. You're going to get, if you've got your hand in the cookie jar with these guys, you're going to jail. Jail, guys. Why would you want to go to jail? Risk at least 5 years of your life in jail for Christopher. Because you're getting to drive a Lamborghini or Ferrari. What the heck? Come on, guys. But this is Tyler. This is the video.
Yeah, I'm friends with them.
Tyler, every single day he gets out of bed and he's trying to get this video off. Every single day. This video here shows the mentality of Tyler. Listen.
Well, that's why I said is like, if you want to have them call me, I'd love to kind of.
Oh
speak to
my God. Let me get this right. You have the logic that the Homeland Security are going to stop the investigation and they're going to ring up Tyler and tell you what's going on.
Is that not a thing?
No, it's not a thing. It's like people ring me up and go, "Oh, look, Danny, do you mind giving me the names of the FBI and the Homeland Security and I can't even name all the other ones. I think there's one that starts with USSS." Funny story. Most government departments have 3 letters. Some have 4. And then people talk about the USSS. And I'm going, what government agency is that? Because it's got 3 S's and a Y. And somebody said US Secret Service. Oh, is that who I've been messaging? Oh, okay. But what I'm getting at is they don't realize that you can't do an investment with a criminal and then ring up a government agent and say, have you got any active investigations going at the moment on Christopher Delgado? Because I've got $100,000 or $1 million, or somebody has alleged that I'm doing money laundering through my business and I just want to make sure that they're all good to go. Oh, yeah, look, no worry, Tyler. No worry at all. Look, we see where you're coming from. We've done an investigation on Christopher Delgado and he's as clean as a whistle. Whistle clean. No worries at all. You carry on doing investment. Whatever Christopher Delgado says, you're good to go, Tyler. You've got nothing to worry about. Tyler would go, oh, thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Have you heard of that guy, Danny DeHeck? And they go, yeah, we're sitting here having lunch with him now. Oh, whatever. This is how stupid it is. It's time to wake up, guys. This is massive. Oh, all right. So that was basically something that I didn't plan on doing. And I've spent 40 minutes going on about Goliath Ventures. So if you've tuned in for an update on Goliath Ventures, we have got more blogs coming out with amazing information. Because we now have a very, how do I say, a very focused audience. And people are tuning in just to listen to updates. Do make sure that you do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that bell. Nearly got it right. Hit that bell and you'll be notified when I go live and you'll be able to get the latest and the greatest. Now, I always say to people, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I like to give back. Like, call it paying forward if you want. But I always get Sadie. She's not a sex worker. She's not paid to do this. She actually likes cleaning the screen of people's computers free of charge. So she just comes on and helps out where she can, just saying. And the other one is soon I will be asking for donations because I don't have any money. And I promise you I'll use all the donated money towards this to defend myself against my right to name and shame individuals who are running or promoting Ponzi schemes or a scam. Now, if any of those people, Christopher included, have got anything that they want to provide me to prove that I've got my information wrong, the door has always been open. If you are an investor and you have thought that it was a true and genuine investment and you've just got caught up in it and you've even asked for your money back and you haven't got your money back yet, or maybe you have got your principal back but you haven't got your deserved interest back, because that's what's happening. Some people are getting their money back. And what we've found with the people that we've been talking to, the people that are getting their money back were introduced to people that put a ton load of shit money in there. So they're looking at this. Everybody will be, because I've got that 90-day clause in their contracts. I don't know if you've read it. It was in our very first blog. If you go to my website, click on Goliath Ventures, go down to all the blogs, hit continue until no more blogs, go to the very first one, look at the contract, or bring out your contract, give it to us and we'll have a look at it for you. And there's a clause in there that basically says when the shit hits the fan, they have 90 days to escape. Also, if you have bank account numbers that they've asked you to put the money in, we have them. but we might have other bank accounts. If you've got crypto addresses where you've been told to put the money or you've been paid out the money, we want to know about them. And isn't it unusual that a company that claims that they're doing crypto mining, blockchain technology, where all the security is, all the pop words that you like to hear, and also, of course, liquidity pool trading seems to be using bank accounts? It's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, so why is that? And also those bank accounts are probably going to be frozen. Now, if you are in this investigation, what's going to happen? Because we've heard this from other people that have been investigated. We've got people who have been here, like Christopher, who are helping us. One person that comes to mind told me that his bank accounts and his everything, the whole family's bank accounts were frozen. They couldn't use any money, because what the government's here to do is not to just lock up Christopher and his associates, but they're here to recover the money as much as they can. They're here to protect the public. And it's just like when a policeman's chasing a car robber. They don't just smash into the car and let them spin out of control and hit all the pedestrians. They look after the public. And that's what they're sworn to do. So if you are involved in this, now's the time to speak up. I can't stress that enough. Now's the time to put your hand up and say, look, I'm involved. I want to be able to help out. I'll be totally transparent. I'll introduce the person that referred you into it. You know, there's some people that we've been investigating, and we are realizing that they may not be as guilty as we thought they were. And the honest truth of it all is the intel they are giving us is priceless. Brenda Chunga, she managed to convince $640 million of money to be invested into Hyperverse. She, on the 3rd of December, I think it was 2022, she walked into the local police station and said, I want to give a statement. They put her in the police station. They talked to her for 3 hours. Don't ask me how I know this shit, but I do. They let her out, and she became an informant. I saw her in Zoom meetings, and she was trying to introduce and draw Sam Lee into the community. But Sam Lee was the one that meant to have had all the money, and she won the community over and got Sam Lee back into the community. At that time, I had to keep my mouth shut. But she was an informant. And her job was to go out there and help with the investigation. She is still out in the larger community. And as I said, she travels. So don't think you're in trouble and you're just hoping that somebody's not going to knock on the door. You know, I'm here. I'm working for the investor. I'm not working for Chris. I don't care about Chris at all. I have no personal vendetta against Chris. I mean, Chris's answer to me asking, proof of bringing funds has turned into a lawsuit that could cost $350,000. Why the hell would a guy that has no money in the bottom of the planet in New Zealand take on Goliath? Why? If you can answer that question for me, then you will be in a better position than I can. Why am I doing this? It's not just me, guys. That's why. I'm a bit of a puppet on a string. I've got other people, the Avengers, people who have families, people who have wisdom, people who have time to investigate. The intel, I'm a router. The intel I get, as I've been doing this meeting, my Avengers have been reminding me of things that would be good to help people with. One of the most important ones was for Nick to hand yourself in. Just get away from Christopher now. Brenda Chunga, she's free. $640 million. She managed to convince Americans to give over to a Ponzi scheme that's connected to human trafficking. Nick, hand yourself in, mate. Go there now. Don't wait for this to hit the fan. Don't spend the next 25 years of your life in a jail thinking that Chris was a good guy and I enjoyed that champagne and I went on it. What are you going to sit there with your mates around the smoko shed or at lunchtime or in your hourly walk in the courtyard and go, I went on a Learjet? I mean, or I used to have a Lamborghini. It was a 2021 one, And I had it painted with gold all over it. And when they delivered it to me, this girl walked around with guitar strings between her legs for her costume. Yes, we've got videos of that type of activity. Is that your legacy? Or do you want to say to your family? I mean, people who know my history, I love my mum, but my mum loves Jehovah more than me. And she's hoping that if she cuts me out of the family, if she discontinues any association with me, I'm going to get back into the Jehovah's Witness organization, and then I'll get my relationship back with my mum. I mean, that hurts, hurts a little bit, but the truth of the matter is that my mum loves Jehovah more than her own son. And that's the truth. And it's not, but people say to me, like somebody was messaging me saying that they're going to go after my children. And I go, well, I'd like to know who they are because I don't have any. But I know, I've seen the photos. We've gone through your Instagram. We've seen your wife, your beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful, lovely wife. We've seen your children. We've seen your mums. We've seen your dads. Do it for them. They don't want your money. They want you to climb in bed late at night with them and give them a hug and kiss goodnight. Do you really want to risk that? Is it really worth that? Is the money really that important? At the age of 40, 39 years of age I had a burst appendix. I didn't know what I had one, went to the doctor that misdiagnosed me. A day before that, my wife asked me for a divorce. So I went off to the doctor and said, Rachel wants a divorce and I've got this amazing pain. The doctor said, oh, you're just depressed. Go home, take this pill, put it somewhere where the sun don't shine and you'll be fine. Thought I was constipated. Anyway, nearly died. Spent 2 weeks in hospital. My wife was trying to find a flatmate. My wife actually kicked me out of the house, even though it was my house. I went back home after the ordeal and she called the police on me. And they said, we were paid to look after the vaginas. That's literally what the policeman said. And they said, you can come here and you can live here because it's your house and it's her house, but you have an argument, we'll come and arrest you. So they suggested I found somewhere else to live. So nearly died, spent 2 weeks in hospital, finished up sleeping on a friend's sofa. Wife was trying to destroy me, wouldn't sign the separation agreement. Long story short, I gave her everything. And I walked away with my business. Then because she lost her horses in arena, she went after my business, started ringing up my clients, saying things that weren't true. I lost everything. But you know the most important thing? My health, not my wealth. And the people who, when I was laying in bed in this hospital thing, and I lost 9 kgs in a week, people I hadn't seen for 10 years got off their asses and come up and visit me. And as they walked in, I could see their faces go, oh, Danny's in a real bad way. Those are the friendships that you want to develop. Those are the people you want in your life. People who really care about you. Money is not going to bring you happiness. Whether you drive up, another time when I wasn't feeling too well, I went to the doctors and I said, I've been through a lot. Christchurch had a massive earthquake, 185 people died. We lost 1,100 buildings in the earthquake. And I'm driving around in my big V8 car. No, I wasn't. I was driving around in my Suzuki Swift. That's right. Something like that. Anyway, I went to the doctor and he said, how are you doing, Daddy? He said, well, I've felt better. Life's a bit down. And he just said to me, what are you driving? I said, what do you mean, what am I driving? What sort of car have you got? And I said, I've got a Suzuki Swift because when I went through my divorce, that's what I finished up with, a wee Suzuki Swift. And by the way, I'm driving one now. And he says, get out of my office and go buy yourself a new car. Get something good. And I did. I went and got a R8 V8 Holden, which is like a, Chevy 6.3 litre V8 thing. And it put the swing back in my step. My clients would come along and say, it's good to see you back on your feet, Danny. And some people would say, it looks like we're paying you too much. But, it's not what you drive that brings you happiness. It's who you go to bed with at night that brings you the happiness. It's who you have a glass of wine with. It's the 5 circles of friends that you have. The 15 people that you hang out with that you think are your close friends, but really comes back to just those 5 people you see within a 24-hour period. And then the greater circles, the 50 people. I don't know if you've ever heard that example. There's only so many deep friendships you can blossom in your life. So don't jeopardize your friendships. Because when you need friends, who's going to come and visit you in prison? You've managed to make some money out of Christopher Diego, and you're sitting there pretty. Oh, just keep quiet. I won't tell anybody. No one will find out. The Avengers will find out. We have 100 people in our database, 100 people on our name and shame list. How many informants do we have? Well, that's basically me on the update of what's happening with Goliath Ventures. I'll just read some notes to see if I've got anything else I need to tell you guys that may have come into head. I'm not going to read that. I can't read that one yet. I'm not prepared to go that far. Oh, my God. I can only tell you guys that I have an amazing team of Avengers. And there's some people that think we don't know what they're doing, and I'm not going to read that name out just yet. I'm not talking about reporters, I'm talking about people who think they haven't been caught. Anyway, I'm probably going to cut this off into a new bit of a video. So that's my update on Goliath Ventures Inc. And they have managed to successfully serve me after me helping out a friend. They found my location. They literally have been stalking the place where I was for the last 10 days, waiting for me to return, which is quite a laugh. So officially served. So I've got 20 days for a fight of my life. This is going to get big. I'm going to put everything into this one. And we're going to win once again. That's how we do it. So just put it in perspective for you guys. Goliath Ventures Inc. is going after Danny DeHeck, the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. They have served me. I have 20 days to respond. In the meantime, I've got reporters. We've emailed 70 reporters about 2 weeks ago. So bang, it's got my stamp on this investigation. I'm proud. If the worst scenario, which never eventuates, let's say Danny lost everything. Well, Danny doesn't have anything to lose. I've got nothing to lose. Nothing. No one's going to shut me up. So they're just doing it to silence me. I'm a journalist. They don't want me. They haven't proved. They haven't given us any evidence. Who's on my team? Are you on my team? Or you're on Christopher's team? Let's open a bottle of champagne. Let's put Danny on the big screen. Or are you with the 6 government agencies that I've got backing me? Are you one of the lawyers who's got a team of lawyers who are going to support me and help me? What about the organisations that's going to help me fight my battles, who've done this day in, day out? What about the Avengers who know? What about all the phone numbers of the friends and family that we have that we can contact and say, do you realise that they are involved in a large-scale Ponzi scheme that's been investigated by 6 different government agencies? How's that phone call going to work for you? Come on, guys. This is just another day in the office for the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. And as my $800 an hour lawyer said to me once, we will relish the day in court.